Hey, what's up, saddle hunters? Greg here, and I'm going to talk about exactly how I set up my saddle and what I do when I get to the tree. So I'll set these down first and kind of talk about how I set up my saddle. So I'm wearing the Phantom. This Phantom is 3 years old. This is one of the original prototypes that Carl made that we tested in the beginning. So this saddle, this Phantom, has been like all over the country. It's hunted elk, it's been in North Dakota, it's been in the deep south, it's been everywhere. And I put it through its paces and it's really awesome. I love it. So we'll start with my left hip, and I run the cis hauler. We call these the fat bottoms, or the, I don't remember what it's called, but the cis hauler with the 3 pockets on the outside. My lineman belt lives right here, girth hitched onto my lineman loop. It never goes anywhere. In the outside pockets, I keep my wind checker with milkweed. That's pretty much all that lives here, and I have a backup. There's more milkweed in here. Those live in the outside of the pocket, so I have very easy access to it. The other thing I keep on my left hip is I keep one of these ITW loops, and that's for climbing. So I'll show you how I do that whenever it's time to climb. The only other thing that lives in this cis hauler are my ropes. So there's a tether, and then you can see my lineman belt is in there as well. The tether is always at the bottom because when I get to the tree, the lineman belt comes out first, and I use that to climb, so the tether stays at the bottom of the cis hauler. On my right hip, it's same pouch. The way I do it is I have my pull-up rope that lives right here in the outside pocket, and I just attach it to a length of paracord that's fed through one of my MOLLE loops right here on the top of the Phantom. And I do that so if I'm changing saddles or doing anything different, to disconnect my pull-up rope is just that right there, and the pull-up rope lives in this outdoor pocket. That's 30 foot of gutted paracord. It lives right here. The other thing that lives on the outside of this cis hauler are my hooks for my his strap. And I have camo form taped all of these, and I've removed one gate here because this goes on the his strap, so it's connected with the hook, and then the other end hangs free to hook my grunt call, binos, whatever I want to do. Those live on my his straps. And I've done full in-depth videos about the his straps, so I won't go too far into that, but I carry 3 of these, and they live right here on the outside of my cis hauler. What's this in here? Oh yeah, and I carry a clippy in the pocket just in case I ever need to attach something. I've got a clippy right there. Inside this pocket are 3 things. What's in the very top is my aider. Now this is DIY. This isn't anything that Tethrd would recommend you guys do, but this is how I climb, and I'll show it to you here in a moment. But this is my aider that we made, and that lives in the top of my cis hauler. It's the first thing that comes out when I get to the tree. The next thing in my cis hauler is my his strap. That's the next thing that goes around the tree when I get to hunting height, so that lives right there in the top. And the last thing in there is my recliner. I don't go on any hunts without a recliner, so, and this one's really old. This one was probably one of the first prototypes. I've had it for a couple of years, so that one lives here as well. So the last thing that I'll talk about that's on my saddle, I don't carry anything else on my saddle, is I have a little clip that I stole from a fishing, it's like a fishing rod bait holder. I stole that and I use it on the back of my saddle, but you can use it for anything. But I'll clip this Predator sometimes when I'm climbing down or even climbing up. I typically wear the Predator pack. This is a Predator XL, so I'll wear the Predator XL pack, and it lives on my backpack. And then when I get to hunting height, I'll just reach back, pull that out, attach it, etc. When I'm climbing down, I can't always do that, so I'll just reach back and clip this around on the back of my saddle, so I don't have to throw it down. So the next thing I want to talk about is what I do once I'm at the tree. It's time to hunt. How you see me right here is exactly how I walk in on every single hunt, with the exception that I would have a pack on. I pretty much always carry a pack because I'm either self-filming or, you know, I carry extra layers or whatever in my pack. So I carry my bow in my right hand and I carry my 3-1-6 in my left hand. This is how I hunt all the time, and I show up to the tree exactly like this. So if I'm gonna hunt this tree, first thing that I'm gonna do, set my bow down, set my sticks down, and I'm gonna clip my bow pull-up rope. It's all wadded up because I didn't clean it last time I hunted. But I'm gonna set my bow pull-up rope, and I'm gonna go ahead and connect that to my bow. So that way I can't get up to hunting height and have forgotten my bow. I don't like to strap my sticks to the tree or to my pack because when I get to the tree, I don't want to have to take my pack off and dig through it. It can make extra noise, it takes a little bit longer, it's just an extra step that I don't like to do at the base of the tree. So I always carry my sticks, and these are so freaking light that it doesn't really matter. I just carry them in my hand. And the next thing that I do, my bow's clipped, it's ready to go. So I'm gonna pop off my first stick. Notice there's no noise, it's deathly silent. And I'm gonna attach my first stick. Now because I climb with aiders, I want this stick as high as I can possibly reach. So I'm gonna flip that up there. So because I hunt with aiders, I want this stick as high as I can possibly reach. I'm only 5'7", so if I don't stretch this out, I'd have to carry 5 or 6 sticks, and I just don't want to do that. So I'm gonna get this stick as high as I possibly can and lock it off. So my first stick is set at right about 7 feet tall. That's about what I can reach. The next thing I do is I come back to the sys hauler. Remember I told you it's important the way that you pack it. It's always got to be the same. So since I need this first, my aider comes out of my sys hauler first, and then I'm going to attach it to my stick just like so. So now my aider's here, it's ready to climb, and since, you know, this is easy for me to do, right? It's not hard for me to get up into a tree like this. Next, I don't want to have a whole bunch of sticks hanging off my hips. Jared, he does it a different way. He likes to carry all of his sticks on his hip. I don't like to do that. Not right or wrong, it's just not the way that I prefer to do it. So what I do is I get my next stick and I go ahead and unwrap it. These ropes are 9 foot long, I believe. So what I do is I set this beside the tree and I throw my rope up over my stick. Either over this, either you can do it here, you can do it up high if you can reach it. So you can just throw it up and over. So now it's there. Whenever I climb up, all I have to do is grab that rope and pull up my next stick. Then the last stick, this one, lives on my hip. And remember, I have this little elastic cord here, and this is really, really simple. It's just pull it over and lock it in. Now my stick is there, it's locked in, and I can go ahead and climb, and I only have one piece of metal hanging off my hip. I don't like to climb with a bunch of stuff that's possible for noise, so I have the one. That's pretty much the best I can do. So as you can imagine, I'm not going to do a climb, but I climb my aider, pull my next stick up, set it, move my aider, go up and do the same thing. I get to hunting height, set my predator, pull my bow rope up. My bow rope is attached right here to my hip, so I can't forget it. That's pretty much how I set up every single time. And when I come down, everything goes back into the same place. It's the same method. It's always in the same sys hauler, left, right, hip. I never change anything. It's always the same. So that way I'm not fiddling around at the truck. I'm not fiddling through my backpack trying to find everything. I know exactly where it is. I have a system. I can do it in the dark. I can do it with gloves on. I know it inside and out, and that is super important for your system. Everyone should know that. Whether you hunt out of tree stands or saddles, it doesn't matter. You should have a system that's repeatable, that's safe. You can do it in the dark. It's very, very important. So that's how I set up my saddle. Hopefully you learned something. Maybe if you have a way that I could improve on this, or you do something different, drop a comment below and let me know. I'll read through the comments and make sure that if I can do something better, I will. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something, and get out there, and hopefully you guys have a good season.